Welcome back to my channel, guys. I want to start off by saying thank you to everyone who supported my video on how to free-to-play Mastery Point Farm, except for the one person who called me an idiot. I'm not thankful for him, but I think people have finally found my channel that don't play Monster Legends, that actually play Frostborn. So I want to follow that video up with some new information that I've learned since that video. One of the main important things about being free to play is you really don't have a repair table. I mean, you can use the repair table in the popular district, but it costs silver, and me personally, I save all of my silver for district levels because district levels are basically a progression wall for free to play with the silver, meaning there's no way to reach, like if you wanted to reach level 100 district level, it's impossible to do that without it taking so many days of just waiting on silver. And the only ways that I think there are in the game to get silver is from your taxes on your district and from doing your daily quest, which, by the way, doing a daily quest at the popular district is 30 silver, whereas doing it at your own is only 20. So either way, me personally, I only make like 45-ish silver a day, so I'm not interested in repairing any items. What that has led me to realize is that I don't have a lot of value for some of the items that other players have a value for. Like a perfect example would be like a Wrath Staff. I have really no use for something like that because I don't actually PvP yet. I have every intention to PvP. I just feel like if you would imagine I was like a fighter or something, I'm at the gym before I'm going to go enter a fight. I want to get like personally a class 3. I want to get, decent blue gear and green gear saved up to where maybe I can use purple weapon with blue gear to try and kill people. Whatever the point is, I just want to work on my base, work on my character, develop, and then go PvP. I see a lot of PvP videos where people, complain about looking for fights, and I don't want to waste my game time looking for fights when I could be farming like maple or copper. I realized that once you're good at PvP, you can just trade gear off for resources, but currently on this game, I don't really do any trading yet either. I am aware that there's a Discord that lets you trade. I just haven't verified my phone, and I have no intentions to, so I probably won't ever be using that server to trade. But me personally, I've had a major headache with verifying phones. So anyway, without further ado, let's talk about the durability on items. There's two things I want to talk about. One of the things that I want to talk about is that durability on your armor only goes down when you get hit. And then the other thing I want to talk about with durability is durability on a weapon only goes down when you swing. So there are ways for us free to play to take advantage of them facts when it comes to armor and weapons. Meaning there are going to be purple armors and purple weapons that we can use without the nightmare fear of our durability being lost and us having to pay someone to repair it, or having to use silver, or having to trade the item off, or basically having to just consume it till it breaks. So the first item that I want to talk about was the first one that I ever got in this game that I keep in my vault. So the first time I ever killed Hell's Envy, he dropped me this helm. This helm, I have used it a few times. I use it in Odin's, and how I use it is I take it with me and I put it in a chest, and then whenever I am on like giants, maybe, or elite swordsmen, or not, the axemen guys, basically things that I want to hit with distance, or I want to do distance damage with, I then switch to this helmet, and it basically adds a bunch to my damage without consuming any durability, as long as I don't get hit. So basically I just run circles and either shoot them with bows or shoot them with a staff, and I get a huge boost. I'm aware that the boots to this set also give a 10% boost, but I don't have them. I definitely want to get them. And then the other item that I would want to talk about is a weapon. If you look at this staff, it gives auras. A staff is a weapon, so the durability only goes down when you swing it, which means I can wear this and just choose not to swing it, and I won't consume any durability. Now you may wonder, why would you want to wear it and not swing it? Well, maybe because if you're in a team, you can give your team 10% damage, and then you can give yourself an armor of 18. And then if you wanted to do a heal spell, you could just switch from this to any healing or any support staff and cast the heal spell, and then switch right back to this, and you wouldn't lose any durability, and you would get the luxury of using the purple item. Now, if you die, you will consume 30% of the durability. And then the main reason why I am making this video tonight is because I found my new favorite item in the game. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm wearing it. Alright, so my new favorite item in the whole game is this sword and shield. I had it and it was sitting in my vault and I wasn't using it like an idiot. And now I've been using it for hours, meaning I use this thing easily in the forest. If you watched that previous video about how to mastery point farm, our goal was basically to grab plants. We were popping the chest just to reset the map so that we could grab more plants, and then we get the luxury of all the items that we find in the chest while doing that strategy. People in my comments would ask me about leather strip farming. You're basically getting the leather strips from those chests when you pop them, but you can't forget that the core principle is to get those plants. Running by those plants is like a loss of a half a mastery point each plant, basically. So when looking at this, one of the things is, like the health staff, it gives 18 armor. 18 armor is the exact equivalent of wearing a basic cap, armor, and pants. Meaning, without the boots, if you just wore pants, cap, and armor of the basic set, it would give you 18 armor. The only difference is every time you get hit, the basic armor would lose a durability, or any armor would lose a durability. You can get hit indefinitely with this sword and shield on, and you won't lose any durability. The only time you will lose durability is if you swing it, and I have absolutely no need to swing it the way that I'm using it. I'm using it to keep myself alive when running around wolves and zombies grabbing plants. So what I do, another thing is it blocks 5 damage with a 50% chance. What I have noticed is it doesn't tell you on the shield. I have a hard time holding these things in. What I've noticed is it doesn't tell you on the items, but like it doesn't 100% block. So like if the monster was to only deal 4 damage, and this was the trigger and it's supposed to block 5 of that 4 damage, the monster doesn't deal 0 damage to you, which I think it should, but it actually deals 1 and then the rest of the damage is removed, which makes wolves only deal 1 damage to me. So just to prove my point of how awesome this item is, I'm going to go ahead and show it off before I end the video. But yeah, today's video is basically just letting you free to play know that there are some items in this game that you need to work towards if you don't already have them. One would be the health staff, one would be this sword and shield, one would be the Inquisitor boots, one would be, or the Instigator boots, the Instigator helmet. The other one that I can think of that I recently figured out was the Hunter bow. The Hunter bow gives you a 5% movement speed. There are items that you can find that have purposes in this game that don't require a repair table. Alright, so just to show off how effective this is, I came to the green stones before going to my forest, which is where I normally do my runs. And I'm going to show you guys that you can basically ignore all of the monsters now in the green zone. You can just run around and grab your plants. This is insane compared to how hard it was for me. Once I would get a pack of wolves on me, I'd only be able to run around. Oh yeah, and there's also the ability here in the green zone that once you have basically the whole mob of monsters from the whole entire map on you, running near any green players is basically a death sentence if they stand still, meaning if they see you coming and they don't move out of the way and the mob behind you just gets like 1 second on them, they're basically dead. But yeah, that's also only when you have a bunch of wolves following you around. But as you can see, I can basically get every single plant in the area now without any worry about the bowmen, without any worry about the wolves, and without any worry about my armor breaking, because my armor is technically a weapon. and it's giving me the same boosted armor as if I was wearing a full set of basic gear. So this is extremely OP if you're free to play, in the sense of free to play. Like, I just cleared this map out of all of its plants, and it cost me 40 life. Alright, and then when in the green zone, what I like to, or in the forest, what I like to do is when I come in, I switch my spear for my food, and then once I open either the second or third chest, when I am making the decision to switch from getting the chest to going after the plants, I switch my spear for some food. And basically all the monsters on the map don't even deal as much damage as you can eat from the legs that you find in the chest, meaning it's like a self-sufficient run, considering the healing from your staff. Now, if you don't have the sword and shield, the next best thing would be the Hell's Staff. But again, the Hell's Staff is only going to give you 18 armor. The sword and shield actually has a chance to block 5% or 5 damage from a monster, which only one monster on this map does more than 5 damage, and it's the dude with the battle axe. So with the 18 armor, basically all these 5s are reduced to 4s, and then there's a chance that 3 of it gets blocked with the shield. Alright, so once I've, well, I can see the third chest, so we're gonna go for it. You definitely don't want to die with your items, so pay close attention to your HP. Alright, now since I've opened the chest, I switch the spear out for some food, put on my sword and shield, and now I can get every plant on the map, basically, with no fear or risk of anything. So since figuring this out is the first time I've actually felt like powerful in the game, whereas before I felt like I was handicapped because I basically had to do everything with just a basic spear, and then any cool purple items that I found, whether it be from Odin's or Hell's Envy, they're basically just collecting dust in a stash box because I'm totally scared to use them. Like, I'm scared to get hit with the armors on and have them lose durability. I'm scared to use the weapons and have them lose durability for basically little value gain, and then have no way to repair them back up. So yeah, I basically felt like there was this huge part of the game, which was good gear and stuff, that I wasn't going to see for a while. And now I feel like I've bridged that gap. Like, now I feel like a much more powerful player running around with a purple item, being able to, let's say I play for 4 hours and 2 of those hours I'm wearing a purple shield and sword. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels like I've made a step up in the game. So hopefully those of you watching, you can get yourself one of these shields and swords if you don't have one. I personally got mine from the gold pendant Odin part, so yeah, like, if you can trade, it's probably easier for you to get. Alright guys, so that quick little run just between the green stones and the green forest, I grabbed me 42 plants, which I took my nice and slow time because I was showing off the sword and shield, whereas I'm sure once you try it yourself, you'll realize that it's way easier than I made it look. But in the next video, I will most likely be doing Odin's and trying to show off the other idea of using like the purple instigator helmet to deal damage and basically get rewarded without costing any durability. But I would really like to find the instigator boots before doing that video, just so that I can have a 30% boost instead of a 20. But currently using an apprentice staff, running around with Fire Mage class 1 in the Odin Sank, I can do like 1600 damage with one staff. So 1 dragon scale equals 1600 damage in Odin's is pretty sweet. It allows me to clear the first and second part in less than 3 hours, and I don't even spend but less than 10 dragon scales. That and basic spears, and then, you know, support staff. Use spears and support staffs when I can, and then when I feel that it's going to be too time consuming to use spears and support staff, I just switch to the apprentice staff, get my 5 fire blasts, and just start wrecking. But anyway, guys, thanks to everyone who has found my channel that plays Frostborn. I plan to keep making free-to-play content. I don't necessarily play with other players yet. I'm still basically soloing the game. I do have a teammate, but he's always at work. He's a real-life friend. He does not play this game very often. But aside from that, just know that I haven't really branched out to trading yet, and I haven't really branched out to PvP yet. But both things are definitely on my appetite. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Later.